Hello students, welcome back to the EGDL video lecture series. So far we have finished with orthographic projections and isometric projection. Where do you use orthographic projection? Orthographic projection is used when you want the drawings of a building, the drawings of a big machine, okay, and so on. So using those orthographic projections, you will be able to visualize what actually is the object, or what actually is the building, or what actually is the machine. That is where the orthographic projections are useful. Similarly, isometric projection, it is the representation of a 3D object on a plain paper. So it is a 2D representation of a 3D object. We have drawn our isometric projection for combination of various solids. Now let us move into the last module, which is the development of surfaces of solids. In fact, it is development of lateral surfaces of solids. So what is that we do in this chapter or in this module? Let me take an example and show to you. This is a rectangular prism. Okay. Let us say that this prism is made of a thin sheet. In fact, this development of surfaces will come into picture when you do what is called as sheet metal work in workshop. It was a part of the syllabus for your seniors workshop, but fortunately or unfortunately it is deleted for you. You don't have workshop right now. So your seniors used to do this workshop, this sheet metal work in their workshop. So what is done in sheet metal work, let me explain to you. Let us say you want to manufacture this rectangular prism or make a prism using a thin metal sheet. You are given a thin metal sheet. It is called as GI sheet, galvanized iron sheet. In your EMU you must have studied what is galvanization. It is a coating applied on a sheet metal to avoid rusting or corrosion. So let us assume that this rectangular prism is made of a sheet metal, a thin metal sheet. I am interested only in this lateral surface. Okay, it has got 4 faces. Okay, the rectangle has got 4 faces. Now you are asked to, prepare this lateral surface of the prism using the metal sheet. So you are provided with the metal sheet in the workshop. You will have to make this prism using that metal sheet. So when you are asked to make the prism using the metal sheet, the first thing that you have to do is to cut the sheet to its exact size and shape that is required. So that is where your development of surfaces will come into picture. Okay. First, on your drawing sheet, you will draw down what is the size and shape of the sheet required. Then you are provided with some tools to cut the sheet metal and also to fold it wherever it is required. You are provided with some tools, and using those tools you will be cutting the sheet to the required size and shape that is required, and then you will fold it wherever it is required. This is what is done in the sheet metal work. So as a part of that, you are first required to draw the development on a drawing sheet, then show it to the examiner, then only you will be allowed to do the sheet metal work. That is what is done in workshop. Now you are not doing the sheet metal work, you are just drawing the development of surfaces. Now you come over to the sheet here. I will explain some of the basic concepts of development of surfaces of solids. So this is the title of your module, development of lateral surfaces of solids. And this is covered under 3 drawings in fact. Drawing number 15, 16 and 17. Today I have taken up drawing number 15. This actually deals with development of lateral surfaces of prisms. Just now I have shown an example, a rectangular prism. Now I have written an example here, a rectangular prism of 40 by 20 by 50 mm height. 40 by 20 is its base and 50 mm is its height. Now I will just show here what will be the development of its lateral surface. Just wait for a minute, I will come back to that. Before that, as I already mentioned, this development of surfaces is used in sheet metal work. Okay, the sheet that is used in the workshop is what is called as GI sheet. GI stands for galvanized iron sheet. It is in fact a thin metal sheet, okay, and a coating is provided on that which is called galvanizing to avoid corrosion. It will be very thin sheet, around 2 mm to 2 mm thickness maybe, or even less than that. Very thin sheet. Okay. So development of surfaces is useful in sheet metal work. Now what are the methods of development that are available? I have written down here. The first method is what is called parallel line development. This method is used to develop lateral surfaces of prisms, cylinders and similar objects. So drawing number 15, we are doing development of lateral surfaces of prisms. So I will be making use of this method, parallel line development method, under this drawing. We are going to do 3 problems under this drawing number 15. All the 3 problems I will be following parallel line development method. There is also another method called radial line development. This method is used to develop lateral surfaces of pyramids, cones and similar objects. Okay, so that we will be dealing under drawing number 16 and 17. So let us see what is parallel line development method by taking this example now. A rectangular prism, I said, it has got a base of 40 by 20. Now this is a prism. When this is made of a sheet metal, that means it is a hollow prism. Imagine that you have opened out the sheet and laid it on a sheet of paper. Okay, basically you are imagining that the lateral surface is made of a sheet metal. Okay, now I imagine that the sheet, you are opening up the prism and the sheet is laid on a sheet of paper. When it is laid on a sheet of paper, you can see how it appears. This is how it appears. Okay, this is base edge 40. After that I have put base edge 20, then again 40 and again 20. So the total length of the development will be 2 into 40 80 plus 2 into 20 40. 80 plus 40 120. 120 will be the length of the development. And then the height of the prism is given to you, which is 50, that is taken here. So this is what is called the development of the lateral surface of the square prism. Here I am not interested in the base and top face. I am interested only in the lateral surface. So this is the size and shape of the sheet that is required to draw the development of the rectangular prism which was mentioned here. So you will first make this drawing. You are making these lines. These are all the longer edges of the prism. You are starting with AA1, then BB1, CC1, DD1. Again you are ending with AA1. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lateral faces you can see here. So you make this on a sheet. Then you cut the sheet along the boundary. This sheet will be pasted on the metal sheet, and then the metal sheet also will be cut to the exact shape of this. And then using the given tools, you will be folding the sheet at these lines. The sheet can be folded at these lines, and finally this AA1 will be joined along with this AA1. You will in fact doing the soldering there. This edge will be connected with this edge, and then you do the soldering. That's how you get the lateral face of the prism. Okay, this is what is done in the sheet metal work. This is just an example I have taken, the example of a rectangular prism. Now after this, you can take a notes of this. Now let me move to the next sheet. There is some more part left under the introduction. Okay, here we consider what is called as a cutting plane, or it is also called a section plane sometimes. And what is the procedure adopted when you are cutting the solid by means of a cutting plane or a section plane? Now basically your syllabus is actually simplified. You are given only one type of cutting plane as per your syllabus. This is the cutting plane that is involved in your syllabus, the only one that is there in your syllabus, a plane inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. You have already done your projection of planes. You can imagine a plane which is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. When a plane is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, and when you look at it, when you look at that plane from the front, that appears to be a line. When the plane is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, its front view will be a line. So when you draw this cutting plane in the orthographic projection, you will draw that cutting plane as a line in the front view. This is very important. So in all the problems that are involved in your development of surfaces, the cutting plane is drawn as a line in the front view. That's what I have written here. When a plane is inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP, it appears to be a line in the front view. Hence, the cutting plane is drawn as a line. In fact, it is drawn as a chain line. We use chain line for the cutting plane in the front view in all the problems in development of surfaces. So whenever you are given the solid is cut by a cutting plane or a section plane, you draw that cutting plane as a line in the front view. So the solid is going, you are showing the cutting plane only in the front view. In no problem the cutting plane is taken in the top view. Please keep it in mind. So what is the procedure adopted? I have written down the procedure here. When you are given a solid, the solid is imagined to be cut by this cutting plane, and the portion of the solid nearer to the observer is imagined to be removed. Okay. When you cut the solid by means of a cutting plane, it is divided into two parts. The part that is nearer to the observer is imagined to be removed. Now you will draw the development for the remaining portion of the solid. Whatever is the remaining, the truncated portion, for that you will be drawing the development. So now usually you will not be asked to draw the development for the whole solid. You will be told that the solid is cut by means of a cutting plane or a section plane. It passes through a certain position. Then you will be asked to draw the development for the remaining portion of the solid. Okay. Now when you take the section plane or the cutting plane, you define what is called as a section point. That is what I have defined here. Section points in a prism. The section point in a prism is that point where the cutting plane cuts either a base edge or a longer edge of the prism. As I already told you, when the solid is cut by a cutting plane, you draw it as a line in the front view. After drawing it as a line in the front view, you will be identifying the section points. Now what are section points? It is a point where this cutting plane is cutting either a base edge or a longer edge. Okay, so this is the background, or this is the introduction for your development of surfaces. Even these problems are also quite simple, just like your isometric projection. Some students like isometric projection and some students like development of surfaces. So I am doing both of them. You can choose one between them in the examination. So you can take a notes for this. I'll take a short break and come back to solve the first problem.